boys and girls. Today, let's do some more math. We're on lesson 31. We're on session 3. So we skipped over sessions 1 and 2, and now we're on session 3. You're on page 729 in your math books, and we're talking about comparing lengths. So last week we did, we did comparing lengths too, but it was more of ordering by lengths. So now we're comparing. We're saying which one's longest, which one's shortest, which one's the tallest, which one's the smallest. So it has a shoe and a spoon, and the problem says this shoe is shorter than a strip of paper. So it's shorter than a strip of paper. So what that tells me is that the strip of paper is longer than the shoe, okay? The shoe is shorter than a strip of paper. The spoon is longer than the same piece of paper. Is the shoe longer or shorter than the spoon? How do you know? So I want you all to draw this. I kind of gave you the first one, which has the shoe and the piece of paper. And we'll read it again 2 more times. The shoe is shorter than a strip of paper. So it's shorter than a strip of paper. This spoon is longer than the same strip of paper. Is the shoe longer or shorter than the spoon? How do you know? So you could solve this by drawing, by writing words, but go ahead and pause it and try it, and then I'll show you how I would solve it. So I'll read it one more time. This shoe is shorter than a strip of paper. The spoon is longer than the same strip. So if I take this strip of paper and I put it here, and I'm just guessing that they're the same length, eyeballing it, look at how much longer the spoon is. So shortest would be the shoe, then the paper, and longest is the spoon. So what they're asking though is the shoe longer or shorter than the spoon? So is the shoe longer or shorter when I'm comparing? So I use this piece of paper to say the piece of paper is longer than the shoe, but the piece of paper is shorter than the spoon. So that means the shoe is shorter than the spoon. The shoe is shorter than the spoon because what it does is it says the shoe, then the piece of paper, and then the spoon is the longest. There you go. Next page restates the problem and shows it to you. It says use a paper strip, compare each object to the paper, fill in the blanks. So you're going to write in the shoe is shorter. This will be the first line. And the spoon is longer. So your first line says the shoe is shorter than the spoon. The spoon is longer than the shoe. So those are what's going to go in the blanks on page 730. This one and then that one. The shoe is shorter, the spoon is longer. Please turn the page with me to page 731. Problem number 2. Chris is shorter than Amy. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Chris is shorter than Amy. I'm going to erase that too, so we have more room. So I'm going to start drawing these. So Chris is shorter than Amy. Here's Chris. And here's Amy. Chris is shorter than Amy. Ray is taller than Amy. Yeah. Chris is shorter than Amy. Ray is taller than Amy. Boom says Chris is shorter than Ray. Do you agree? Why or why not? So Chris is shorter than Ray. Yes, comma, I agree. Why or why not? Well, if Ray is taller than Amy and Chris is shorter than Amy, then Chris has to be shorter than Ray. That's a lot of words. So do you agree? Boom says Chris is shorter than Ray. Yes, I agree. Chris is shorter than Amy, but Ray is taller than Amy. So Chris must be shorter than Ray. Pause it and write this down because I'm about to erase it and move on. Number 3, they want you to compare the length of a pencil and a safety pin. So this pencil is like this. It's just a little guy. And they give you a piece of paper that's a little bit longer and it's colored in blue. And then here's a safety pin. I don't know how to draw a safety pin. And the same piece of paper goes like that. Pretend these pieces of paper are the same length, okay? Miss Lamb's just not the best at drawing them to length, but here, let's do this. Does that look a little bit better? Yeah. Okay, so these are the same size of paper. It says the pin is the pin longer or shorter than the pencil? And the pencil is longer or shorter than the pin. So then the pencil and the pin. So the pin is, in fact, let's see, this is the pin. The pin is, they're using this paper as a measuring tool. So the pin is longer than the pencil. The pencil is shorter than the pin. Number 4, compare each object to the paper. Fill in the blanks. All right. Let's see. Compare each object to the paper. Fill in the blanks. So you have a really cute little lizard. I don't know. Those are his legs. Okay, we'll just pretend that's our lizard friend. And the piece of paper looks like it's the same length as him. And then you have this car. It's got a very long end of that car. And the same piece of paper, okay? There's a little person in there maybe. Okay, the toy car is blank. So the first line is the toy car. The toy car is longer, right? If it goes past this piece of paper, that's the same. It's longer than the lizard. So the first one says the toy car is longer than the lizard. And the second one says the lizard, if the toy car is longer, then that means the lizard is shorter than the car. They're opposites. Number 5, Rob is taller than Pia. These ones I think are great to draw just if you need to get your brain wrapped around them to understand. There's nothing wrong with that. So I have Rob. And then I also have Rob is taller than Pia. So here's Rob. We'll say this is Rob because he's taller. Rob. And this is Pia, and I'm drawing it. So Rob is taller than Pia. Kai is shorter than Pia. So here's Kai. Kai is shorter than Pia. Rob is taller than Pia. So then it says Kai is blank than Rob. So you look at it and say, okay, is Kai taller or shorter? And Kai is shorter than Rob. Problem number 6. Compare each object to the paper. Fill in the blanks. So you have a pencil and a spoon. And remember, the paper is just there to give you like an understanding that it's the same size. So here's your pencil, and your pencil is like the same size as the paper, right? And then there's this same piece of paper. Oop, got a little bent in it. Okay, same size. And instead we have this big spoon. Okay, the spoon is blank, and the pencil is blank. So the spoon is it shorter or longer? The spoon is shorter. SH says shorter. The pencil is longer. So if one is shorter, the other one has to be longer, and vice versa. Look at the example on page 733, and then solve problems 1 through 4. So they're comparing the shoe and the fork. Down below in the actual problem, it says compare each object to the paper, fill in the blanks. So you're going to do the same thing where you say, is it shorter or longer? And they give you this piece of paper, but this time, I guess this one says spoon and toy car. So the spoon is over here this time. And there's our spoon. And then here's our toy car. Really big front end again. But Miss Lyons is trying to show you that it's bigger. Here's our wheels. It's like an older car. It's really long. Okay. So it says the spoon is blank. The spoon is shorter. SH says shh. Or longer. Nice. And we're going to keep going. The next one has a flower. Just in case these are different. This one has a flower compared to a boat. So here's our flower. And here's our boat. So the first line says the flower and the toy boat. So the flower is definitely shorter than that piece of paper, and the boat is longer. So that means the flower is shorter and the boat is longer. Okay. This next one is a super fun one. Remember, I think it's best if you draw these out with people. You can use like little stick figures like Miss Lamb does. It doesn't have to be anything super huge. So Carla is taller than Steve. So here's Steve. Here's Carla. Carla is taller than Steve. Okay. Yuki is shorter than Steve. There's Yuki. Boom. Okay, so Carla is taller than Steve. Check. Yuki is shorter than Steve. Yep. Boom says Steve is the shortest. Buzz says Yuki is the shortest. Who is correct? Circle. Buzz. Buzz is right. He says Yuki is the shortest, and she is. Look at problem 3. Write the names in order from shortest to tallest. So that's where drawing these pictures really comes in handy, because look at what I have. I've already written them shortest to tallest. This person's the shortest. Steve is the middle, and Carla is the tallest. Okay, so you would write their names, Yuki, Steve, and Carla, which is really cool because if you go to Sage Canyon, you know that we have one of our nurses, her name is Yuki, so that's fun. All right, boys and girls, I will see you later for another math session. Bye.